Hi guys, Kevin here. It's Saturday and for dinner tonight I'm making wheat-free manicotti. Wheat-free because my spouse does not eat gluten. I actually like this dish even though it doesn't involve the big tube-shaped shells. So what I have here are 6 large eggs and I'm going to break up the yolks and then whisk them violently. Then whisk in a pinch of salt. I'm using kosher salt. You can use regular table salt. And a 1/4 cup of milk. And believe it or not, this mixture is going to create the shells that will hold the cheese and herbs and whatever else I decide to put in the manicotti. Done. Let me heat up the skillet and I'll come right back. The shells are actually little omelets or egg crepes. What I have here is a non-stick skillet, 6 inches diameter on the bottom, and I've heated it over medium heat. I'm using my little portable electric burner so that I don't have to keep moving the camera back and forth between the gas cooktop and my workstation. And give the skillet a little spritz of you-know-what, or just melt a little butter in it. And then add a scant 1/4 cup of the egg mixture. And swirl the pan. I think I've made these little egg crepes for you in the past. I honestly don't remember. I've shot so many videos. And you let this cook for about 30 seconds. And mercifully, you don't have to flip it over. These are very different from regular French crepes that are made with wheat flour. And believe it or not, this is already ready. Oh, see that? And then, I don't know if you can, maybe I'll hold the rack over here. I have a cooling rack and you just knock the crepe onto the rack. And I hope you can see that this is nicely browned. It really does look like a wheat crepe. And then I'll continue making these crepes. And, well, maybe I'll do one more for you. Swirl the pan. These cook very, very quickly. And by the way, this ladle holds a 1/2 cup. So if you just fill it halfway, you get a 1/4 cup. And this one is almost ready. I see a little liquid on it still, but as soon as that dissipates, as it has, I will knock it onto the rack. Done. Here we go, 2 crepes. So this will make 12 crepes. I'll come right back to you. Okay, truth in advertising. My crepe batter only made 9 crepes. So I just broke 2 more eggs into the bowl, added about a tablespoon of milk, and that should give me enough for my, well, will end up giving me enough for probably more than 12 crepes. So I'll finish these off and then I'll show you how to fill them. So I ended up with 14 egg crepes, and that's fine. I'll just have 2 extra that I can eat. You know, I could top them with powdered sugar or something, or fill them with strawberries and cream. The egg crepes are really flexible, and once they're cool, you can even stack them, and they freeze perfectly. So you could make these well in advance. And I'm going to set up the camera so that I can show you the filling. Be right back. The filling. We will need 1 cup of ricotta cheese, and just throw that into a medium-sized bowl. And then we need 1 cup of shredded cheese. You could use all mozzarella, or you could use a combination of mozzarella and Parmesan, as I am doing. So I have a 1/2 cup of mozzarella and a 1/2 cup of Parmesan. And then we need a couple of tablespoons of parsley. I'm using fresh parsley that I clipped from my garden this morning and minced coarsely in the food processor. I think I want a little more parsley, because why not? And then we add some Italian seasoning. And if you don't have Italian seasoning, you could add oregano, or I think the Italians say oregano, about a teaspoon or so. Mix that in really well. And for a little zing, add some minced garlic. I have 2 cloves here, finely minced. And that's the filling. If you look at the crepes, you'll see that there's a pretty side that's spotty brown and a less pretty side. And you want to turn the pretty side down and then add about a tablespoon of the cheese mixture. And then just roll up the crepe. I kind of push the cheese mixture out to the sides a bit, roll it up, and then you'll need a greased 9 by 13 baking dish, and you set the crepe in the baking dish. And I'll roll up 1 more, and then I'll come back when they're all finished. And if you're planning to bake these right away, I'm not, because we're not going to eat this until several hours from now. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And I'll come back, I should do this, I'll come back when they're all rolled up. Well, my friends, the Food Network, this is not. I had just enough filling for 8 crepes. So what I'm going to do is just quickly mix up a little more filling, because I have 4 more crepes to do. And once again, I'll be back. Apparently, I'm having one of those days. I went back and checked my notes, and this recipe was only supposed to make 8 crepes, or Manicotti. If you're Italian, you probably really hate the fact that I'm referring to this dish as Manicotti. And who can blame you? Anyway, before I do the tomato sauce, I wanted to show you that I put 8 crepes down the middle of the pan, and I put 2 on either side. And on goes the tomato sauce. You could use spaghetti sauce. You could use any kind of red sauce that you like. I'm using Marinara Sauce that I won't even pretend didn't come from the supermarket. And sprinkle that on. You could use up to a cup or even a cup and a half. I kind of like the look of not too much tomato sauce, because I want the crepes to show a little bit. And then, hang on, I have to grab my mozzarella and sprinkle the top with mozzarella cheese. About a handful. Just enough to make you and your spouse happy. And there we go. And I am actually going to cover this with plastic wrap and then pop it in the refrigerator, so I'm not ready to bake it off yet. And by the way, you could prepare it up to this point and cover it and freeze the whole dish for probably up to a month. And then bake it whenever you're ready. So this could be a terrific freezer meal. So I'll come back after it's all baked. And again, that's at 350 degrees, and you bake it until the cheese melts, and that's about 30 minutes. Okay, see you later. Okay, here's the Manicotti, fresh out of the oven, and oh boy, it smells terrific. I'm going to pop this under the broiler for about 30 seconds just to kind of brown the cheese a little bit. And I'll come back and we can have a taste. Well, I'm starting to love my new electric oven. This took only about 20 seconds in the under the broiler, and it looks really fabulous. The cheese is singed a little bit, it caramelized. So I'll plate it up and come right back. Okay, a little sprinkling of parsley and a little salad on the side, and I am ready to dive right in. It's going to be hot. Oh, I don't know why I don't make this more often. It's really wonderful. It's cheesy and garlicky and creamy. It's everything you would want it to be. So I'm going to plate up another serving for Mr. Fox, and then we will either go into the dining room or head outside to eat. And if I were you, I would serve this with a glass of Chianti and some candlelight. And hang on, let me turn the camera up so you can see me. Well, obviously, I'm a hopeless romantic. I'll post the recipe over on my website, and I hope you'll give this recipe a thumbs up. I hope you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I hope you'll post a comment below because I always love to hear your thoughts. And I'll see you next time with another delicious recipe. Bye for now.